International Women's Day to the all women in the house. Mambo kwa wale wanaume wachache mko hapa. Asanteni kwa kuwa nasi kwa siku ambayo ni muhimu kwetu. Niko hapa ni kama kupitia, sababu nilikuja kujua mko hapa kama a day ago. Nikasema, you are in my neighborhood. I live across the river in the boundary of Kiambu and Nairobi. And I said, even though time was not on my side, I will ask, and if you are still here, when I can just dash in to wave, I dash in. So I'm not going to take you long. But I'm so grateful that I have come when the ODPP, Christine, was making her submissions. What I've been able to get, I have heard from our sister there on what the memorandum is going to be about. If you allow me to start there so I don't forget before I give you my message for International Women's Day, let us not put a disproportionate weight on women leaders. It's women being murdered, yes, but you've got to check the power the women leaders have. Who has the power to stop all crime in Kenya? It is the executive. In the Constitution, there is something called the National Security Council. It is headed by the President, his deputy. It has the Attorney General in it. It has the Minister for Foreign Affairs, the Minister for Internal Security, the NIS Director. It has the IG of Police representing all police. I may have left one or two, but those are the ones I can remember off the head. One of the mandates of the National Security Council, I believe it's in an article. If you read Article 238 to 40, it's either 39 or 40 which talks about the mandate of the Security Council. 238 convenes the Council. Is actually to supervise the security apparatus, and I've remembered the Defense Forces, the CDF is also part of it. Now, all those security forces are supposed to work together, and they do liaise with each other via that Security Council. They are the ones who must manage internal security and even external aggression. So if we remove the army just a little, because they do almost zero internal policing, everybody else is as guilty as they come. Femicide is criminal. How can we have an epidemic of killing women? We are not seeing prosecutions and convictions. It makes me believe the rumors that there is a cult, a Nigerian cult, that believes killing beautiful women, and especially with young women, maintains you in power. There's no way our police are clueless. No way the intelligence is clueless. There is no way. And if it is indeed so, they should have gone by yesterday. Who says that your job is compulsory? If you can't deliver, go home. Why should you continue to receive money from us every month, and then you tell us with a straight face you don't know? In that report, could you remember to ask why we never literally drained the swamp? Not the way we say we will drain the swamp. Literally, the quarry. Shall we ever know whether more female bodies are in that swamp? Why was it stopped and people were tear gas, volunteers? It means authorities have something to hide about femicide. You see? So please, what can a woman legislator do? And I'm not one at the moment. I've not been one for the last 13 years. So I'm not speaking from self-interest. Other than stand in their place and talk, and for that, you may not be excused if you're not talking enough. Other than stand in your place and talk, you can't move security. You can mobilize to protest, but you can't move. The greatest responsibility is with the state, manned by our brothers, except the Attorney General, who now is a woman. ODPP, because they are your neighbor, tell them we are wondering the silence. We want to hear. We want a woman Attorney General to come with a bang. Not just on femicide, on abductions. We want an Attorney General who reminds the state that abductions and executions are criminal, and if the state does not give us the culprits, then we know they are the culprits. Because those abducted are able to say who abducted them. The pattern is similar. I will not go on and on. I just thought it is wrong to let us only condemn the women. And mind you, do you know how many people you are paying? Yes, women are there to amplify women's voices. The Senate and Parliament has 416 members. Of those, only about 110 to 115, I've not counted properly, are women.
1 or 2.
The rest, 1 or 2 in Parliament. Both. Just 1 or 2. Yes. 1 or 2 out of 416. So 314 are men. Are they elected for the whole constituency or only for the men? Men's seats are not special seats. Therefore, they carry the voices of both women and men. Why are they ignoring the 50%? Why do they think femicide is not a male issue? Do not be guilty of excusing the men. Entire Parliament, generally speaking, has let us down on security issues and on femicide. The few who have spoken, we note. But the entire Parliament has treated this as though it's a joke. The presidency too, getting a commission, what is it, task force. That's not what we paid you to do. That's a by the way. We paid you to secure Kenya. If you cannot secure Kenya, femicide, abductions and executions exit. Na usituambie miaka 5, hii si title deed. Sio shamba ulinunua. Ni kazi uliajiliwa na tunaweza tukakufurusha. Na ndio wengine wetu tunasema ashafurushwa, lakini hatutaendelea hapo, tusigawanye the gathering. But I'm saying no job is compulsory. If you can't do it, get out. And I'm not telling them something I've not done. When I found I was obstructed during the coalition government, I went home because I don't want to receive salary for work not done. Hiyo ni wizi, ni unyanyasaji, na ni corruption. So we are saying, let us give the responsibility where it is due. That this administration in its entirety has failed. And we do not want to be promised about tomorrow. We want today. Tomorrow belongs to God. Sisi tunataka mambo yetu ifanyike leo. Leo na kama sio sasa ni sasa hivi. That should be the message. You can form a task force, but we cannot wait for the number of days where you are told within 40 days 100 and so women have been killed. We don't want any more women. And please demand the draining, literal draining of that swamp. We must know whether there are some other female bodies hidden in that place. Remind to ask also that we want to know anybody with information about a cult should also forward it, because there is something very strange about what is happening in this country. Just as it was so strange to see what happened at Shakahola, we have not known whether there was any cult involved in that place. We don't have time. Now back to International Women's Day. The message is accelerate action. Actually, our responsibility lies in our hands. Apart from pushing the government which we pay and state officers whom we pay, you and me are responsible for ourselves. We are also responsible for ourselves collectively. I want to start by congratulating you. That demonstration you had, those voices, you may not be paid legislators, but you are the ones who have drawn attention of femicide to Kenya and to the world. I want to thank you all. Never underestimate the power of your voice. Never underestimate the power of the document you will give. It will not just be for the task force. It will be for posterity. Write it, look at it, add all the notes that you must put. Even apportion responsibility from a position of knowledge. Who has the highest responsibility? Even though you will be right if you say Parliament has let us down, but also remember who has the highest responsibility. And a message to our women legislators. We want you to be proud to be called women representatives. They are running from the name women. If you are running away from that, go vie for the constituency seats and leave our seats. Those seats were put there in order to aggregate the voice of women and uplift it in a parliament of men. We must give notice. Those who are not comfortable being called women representatives, they are welcome to go to the 290 seats and to leave our seats to people who are proud to be who they are. We are women, that's something we cannot run away from. Okay? So we need to be very clear about that. Don't vie for a woman's seat, and when you get there, you don't want to associate with women. We are therefore sending a message to Kewopa. Where are you? Kewopa, where art thou? Where are you? Because Kewopa should be leading this initiative. Yes. Kewopa has the women in parliament, both elected and nominated. Nominated is an election. Both elected on constituency seats and on women seats. But as you ask Kewopa where it is, ask Parliament as a whole, including the male MPs. Single them as being 316, 314 versus 402, and not a word coming from them about femicide. So please apportion so that our brothers know they are not excused from carrying women issues. That salary they eat, 50% is, or 51 actually in Kenya, is from us. The rest is from their brothers. So a male MP is also a woman representative, 50%. Tumekubaliana hiyo? Hivyo tusiweke mzigo kwa dada zetu peke yake. Let us be very clear about what we are saying. And as we ask our Attorney General, we are also asking, who bears the highest responsibility? Is the person sitting in the office of head of state. He must be told unequivocally, you have failed, your administration has failed to secure women. We are telling you to wake up and do your duty. The task force can do that for the record, but we want our security now. So let us, you are doing what we should do, and you have realized that we have responsibility over ourselves. I want to salute you again. Salute the Defenders Coalition, because they've been very active during this very difficult period. You've always been active, but you accelerated ever since the 25th of June last year. I want to salute the Law Society because I can see Gloria here. They've been exceptional and they've gone regional, because when our lawyer was jailed in the Besige case in Uganda, the Law Society sent Gloria to come and observe. Together with the international observers, they made the matter known worldwide. Hatujafanikiwa bado, lakini we shall never surrender to injustice. So I want to finish by just teaching you a small song I learned in Uganda, that we shall never surrender. Now I'll be saying to femicide, and then we all repeat, never, never surrender. Wake up, I teach you. I'm not a very good choir master. We must know this. It goes like, never, never, never surrender. Never, never, never surrender. We will never, never, never surrender. Never, never, never surrender. To femicide. Never, never, never surrender. Never, never, never surrender. To violation of our rights. Never, never election, never surrender. Asanteni.